Hey there, Sagittarius, and welcome to your monthly love reading for September 2017 with Divine Love Tarot. I want to say thank you guys for joining me. If you're a return viewer or subscriber, I want to give you like a virtual high five and say thank you so much. I'm glad that, you guys are taking the chance on me and, giving me feedback about how much you enjoy my videos. So I'm really grateful that, things are going well, okay? I have allergies, and I know if you're cross-watching, you're tired of hearing about them, and I'm really sorry, but I'm just prefacing that because I know I'm having issues with like my throat, my voice, so just bear with me a little bit. Hopefully by next month it'll be all cleared up. Okay, this is like I think mold season in the Northeast, so that's why I'm having some issues, but don't worry, I'll push through, okay? So we're going to go ahead and get into this reading. It's going to be a past, present, future reading for, 3 cards in each position, okay? Let's go ahead and start with the past position. All right, Sagittarius. So in the past, you're coming out of the Four of Cups, coming out of the Devil in reverse, and you're coming out of the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So the Four of Cups in reverse could represent taking your relationship or taking your partner for granted, feeling some type of boredom or just not motivated in your relationship or to put any energy into the relationship. Okay, this can represent either being rejected by your love interest or rejecting love, okay, that was offered to you because you wanted something better or you thought you had your eye on something better. And this can also represent something quite the opposite. This can represent someone who is attached to someone who was unavailable for whatever reason. Okay, so maybe you had a partner that was, in a long distance situation. Okay, so they weren't available to you. Someone who was emotionally unavailable, someone who was probably maybe taken by someone else. Okay, but this card can represent missing out on good options because you're staying focused on someone who is not right for you. All right, so then we have the Devil in reverse. So the Devil in reverse can represent that you somehow broke out of a toxic bond. Okay, so maybe, this boredom here was because you were no longer physically or sexually attracted or bonded to that person anymore. So the relationship wasn't exciting to you anymore. Okay, that could be one aspect because this represents a loss of physical attraction. This can also represent letting go of some type of emotional baggage, okay? Or that you were just being detached from your partner somehow. Okay, so something happened in the past that caused you to really just kind of move away from your partner. Okay, you broke that toxicity. You were no longer sexually tied to them the way you were before. All right, and you just kind of were letting go. So I feel like this was a situation where either you were with someone who was unavailable and you realized that, you know what, I don't need to be part of this situation anymore, or I'm over this situation. Okay, because we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. And the Queen of Pentacles in reverse can represent that if this is a person, this person could be possibly someone who's obsessed with status and material things. Okay, this person can be insecure. They can be greedy, exhibit a lot of jealousy. Okay, this is a person who is in it for money and not for love. All right, this person's very aggressive about going after what they want, getting what they want, but they're very selfish. Okay, so they're only focused on getting what it wants for them. They have no empathy towards their partner at all. All right, so if this was the person that you were dealing with, then I can totally understand why you kind of just pulled away from that person. Okay, you realize, you know what, this person's just using me. Okay, and this was your energy, then maybe perhaps, you were in a relationship with somebody because the devil can represent, being materialistically tied to someone. All right, so if it was a situation where you married someone for money, you might have realized, or you might have just been in a situation with the person for money and nothing else, okay? Let's go ahead and see what's going on, or vice versa. Someone could have been in a relationship with you just for the money, and you realized that, and you became unattracted to them because of that. Okay, Sagittarius. So let's see what's going on in this. I'm sorry, I'm trying to keep all the cards in frame in this present position now. So you have the Justice card in reverse. You have the King of Cups in reverse. And you have the Nine of Wands also in reverse. So the Justice card in reverse can represent that you are either not seeing your partner for who they were, or if you are seeing them for who they were, for who they are, you're staying in a situation that is unfair. Okay, you realize the situation is unfair, but unfortunately you're not doing anything about it at this time. You're not taking any action, or you're just allowing the injustice to continue because you are feeling that you've been treated unfairly. But this card also implies that you're not seeing the part that you play in this situation. Okay, you're not accepting what you've done to get here. You're only focusing on the other person's actions and how they're affecting you, and not taking accountability for the fact that either you allowed this situation to happen or that you were just as complicit as that other person in this whole situation and how things are now. All right. You also have the King of Cups in reverse. And the King of Cups represents someone who is emotionally manipulative, someone who might be prone to temper tantrums or outbursts. All right. Someone who could be a substance abuser or maybe just drinking because they're unhappy. All right. This person is moody. This person can be considered like a drama king or a drama queen. Okay. This can also represent that you're feeling sorry for yourself. Okay. This represents running away from your problems and avoiding conflict. So you are in a situation right now where you're not feeling like you're being treated fairly. Okay. You feel like um, you feel like this situation is unjust. Okay. It's just to be honest. And you're not doing anything about it though. You're avoiding the issue for some reason. Okay. You don't want to cause any confrontation. You don't want to address it. But you have the of you also have the Nine of Pentacles. I'm sorry, I keep calling wands pentacles. I think something confuses me when I see the sticks. And for some reason, I want to say that the sticks are pentacles, but they're wands, Melissa. They're wands, they're wands, they're wands. Okay. So, you have the Nine of Wands in reverse. Okay, and the Nine of Wands in reverse can represent that you are creating problems that don't exist. Okay, you're convinced that you're right and that your partner is wrong, and you're being stubborn about it. Okay, so you don't want to waste your time. Basically, you're wasting time holding on to this particular argument. Okay, so this card is asking you to choose your battles. So maybe that's why you feel like you're choosing your battles, and that's why you're not confronting this issue. Whatever is bothering you right now, that's why you're kind of running away from it and you're not confronting it. Because either you're feeling paranoid and you're not sure, okay? Maybe you're in a situation where you feel like you don't have the proof, but you pretty much know from this person's actions that either they were using you for whatever reason, or maybe you know that you were using them, and so you're avoiding any conflicts because you don't want them to address that with you. So it's one of those two situations where you're either trying to avoid the conflict because you know that really you're the one who's in the wrong, but you're holding on to this stance, okay? Or you don't want to admit, you don't want to accept the fact that you might be with someone who's just using you. All right, Sagittarius. So you're just avoiding the conflict for now. You're emotional. You're in your feelings, okay? And you're feeling like it's not fair. You're just not at a point where you're ready to do anything about it. All right. So let's go ahead and see what's going on in your future position. You have the High Priestess in reverse. You have the Queen of Wands. And you have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. So the High Priestess in reverse represents someone who is not following their intuition. Okay, someone who is not listening. They're not listening to the information that's coming from within. This can represent that you're having difficulty relating to your partner. All right, so this also can represent a woman or a female who is using sex as a weapon. All right. They know exactly how to get what they want, and they use it to manipulate people in the romantic situations. And this can also represent a woman who maybe she was a one night stand or a fling, okay? And it's just a sexual situation. All right. You also have the Queen of Wands in this future position. And the Queen of Wands can represent a fire sign, could be an Aries, or this could even be your energy, Sagittarius. And the Queen of Wands is someone who's attractive. This person is sexy. They're kind. They're energetic, ambitious, charismatic, okay? This person needs a lot of freedom, doesn't like to really be tied down too much. Okay, so maybe you are, having this fling with this fire sign. Okay, maybe you met someone and, or maybe this person that, you've been dealing with is a fire sign, like yourself. Okay, so either this is you, okay, and you're just now like just maybe having a fling or having some type of you know, quickie type of relationship with someone in the future. All right. You also have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. So this represents coming out of a difficult time. This represents breaking free from feeling of abandonment. Okay. You're feeling more secure now. You're feeling closer to your partner. If you're in a relationship, you're feeling that you're ready to open up and you're ready to love again where you might have been closed off to that before. All right, Sagittarius, so this is interesting because I'm trying to work out exactly what's going on here. Let's see. Um, this is this High Priestess. Okay, we have the High Priestess here. So you're not following your intuition. And maybe if you're not following your intuition, okay, here you're kind of bored, or you're just kind of, all right, you're attached maybe to someone who is unavailable. You realize the unfairness of the situation. You realize that things are not right, okay, about this person, and you're not doing anything about it. And in the future, you're continuing to go against your intuition. Okay, and maybe this person is a fire sign. Okay, so maybe you are aware that this fire sign person is using you, or they're using sex to keep you, or they're trying to use sex to keep you. Maybe that's what they've done in the past. Okay, and they're trying to do that, and maybe you're breaking out of this pattern with them. You're realizing that, I know what you're doing. All right, because this card also, ooh, that just came to me like a bolt of lightning. This card can represent either a short-term marriage, a marriage of convenience that may have not worked out. Okay, this represents the undoing of this coming together. So if you two came together because you thought living together would save money. All right, so maybe even if it's not a marriage, it's just a relationship where, maybe one of you got with the other person because you thought it would be more convenient if you lived together. All right, but this wasn't necessarily for love. Maybe you guys just had a sexual attraction and you based this financial decision of living together based on a sexual attraction. But you, Sagittarius, you started to basically realize that either this person was using you, right? And so you lost your attraction towards them because you realized what the situation was. You realized that they were not emotionally available to you. Okay, maybe you were the one who was emotionally unavailable. All right, maybe you were unavailable and you got into this situation of convenience. And now in the present, you're realizing the unfairness of the situation, but you're really not ready to address it because you're not ready to accept the role that you played in the situation. You're feeling sorry for yourself, okay? Feeling sorry for yourself. You guys might even be having like little fights because of your temper. All right, because you realize this person's using you, but you just don't know, or you don't want to say anything about it. Okay, so now we're moving into the future position, and either you're realizing, that this person was just a fling, or should have just been a fling, and you're putting an end to this short term situation of convenience. All right, that's one scenario. Or you have decided now to have a fling with maybe another fire sign, okay? Maybe this person was a fire sign. This person that you got into this situation with is a fire sign, and you realize that they were using sex as a weapon against you. All right? But you had already worked that out, I feel like, at some point. Okay? So maybe now in the future, you realize that and you're putting an end to the situation. All right? You're coming out of this feeling of, you know, lack, this insecurity, this feeling of not having enough. Okay, now you're no longer thinking and doing things based on this feeling. You're coming out of that now, so you're seeing now where you don't really need this person. You're seeing this person for who they are. You're realizing that this person is using you, or used you, or trapped you somehow, tried to trap you from by sex. All right, so that's another scenario. All right, so we have a situation where it seems like there was a relationship that either you both came together for convenience, or one person came to the other person because they felt like it would be more beneficial and lucrative for them if they lived together, if they got married. And in this present position, I feel like you're figuring that out. All right, and you're realizing that this person is using you and you're upset about it, but you're not ready to do anything about it. But I feel like in the future you do something about it. You put an end to it. If it's a short-term situation, or short-term marriage. If you're single, I feel like you may have not been focused on love or a situation. I feel like maybe you're still not really focused on love or situation. Okay, because you've got the Queen of Pentacles in reverse here, you've got the King of Cups here in reverse, you've got the High Priestess in reverse. So you're just basically probably just trying to have you know you don't want to really be attached. Okay, with the Four of Cups is showing here, the Four of Cups, the Justice in reverse. It doesn't look like you're trying to really get attached to anyone. Or maybe you're afraid. You're paranoid somehow. You're afraid to get into a relationship because maybe you were in a situation. You came out of that devil situation. Okay, so you had the devil reverse in your past, which means that at some point the devil had you. Okay, so at some point the devil had you. So now you're afraid to love again. But I feel like in the future, even though you might be focused on having one night stands and flings, you do open up again. You do reverse out of that feeling of lack and that feeling of insecurity, and you're feeling more secure and ready to pursue an actual relationship. All right, so that's another scenario that I have for you, Sagittarius. So I know this, I can tell this reading is not going to resonate with a lot of people, but it's going to resonate with someone a lot, if that makes sense. And I'm okay with that because, that's how it is sometimes. I don't know whose energy I'm picking up here, but, that's what I'm seeing. I mean, you could be Sagittarius, you could be dealing with a Libra who has been unbalanced. Okay, or you've been dealing with the King of Cups that's caused you to be out of balance. Okay, or you've been dealing with, and you'll know. Like I said, I don't know the full story, but you know the full story because we've got a few players here. So there's either a lot of people involved in the situation, or there's a lot of people that the situation is speaking to, because we've got an unbalanced Earth sign here. We've got an unbalanced water sign. We've got an unbalanced Libra. And we've got a fire sign here. We've got a fire sign is the only one who's in the upright. So maybe you are balanced, Sagittarius, but the people around you are not. And that's what's causing you to not want to take any action. That's what's causing you to kind of be bored in your situation because you're not dealing with anyone that's really offering you something stable. Okay, the people that you're dealing with, you could have multiple people that you're dealing with, and none of them are the right person for you because they're all kind of just unstable. All of them have instability. All right, this Libra, this water sign, maybe Pisces or Scorpio, Cancer, this fire, this earth sign. This fire sign is the only person in this situation is upright. So if you are dating multiple people and there's a fire sign in your life, it seems like the fire sign is the only one that's offering you something or has something positive or something that you can actually work with in this realm of relationship if you are single. Okay, if you're in a relationship, then unfortunately you might be finding out that either your partner is not right for you, that your partner was using you, or even that your partner doesn't want a commitment. This person that you're dealing with doesn't really want a commitment. They don't really want to be tied down. All right, Sagittarius. So I want to hear what this real story is. Someone let me know. Leave comments and let me know what your situation is. All right, and I'm gonna be doing your general readings next. So go ahead and look out for those. All right, Sagittarius. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you at the next video. Bye, guys.